Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for a midweek reading. I am still posted up in Austin, Texas, and there is a little bit of an ice storm, so we are kind of stranded inside. Every once in a while, I'll hear like a big crunch and a break, and there's just trees coming down left and right. Not trees, but just branches. My rental car was saved by an inch. I immediately walked outside and there was one huge branch. No other branches near any other cars, and there's just one huge branch leaning against the wheel, the front left wheel of my car. I was like, oh, it could have hit the windshield, it could have broke it. So my angels were totally looking out. So I quickly got in my car. My neighbors had just come out too. They were going to move their car. So we kind of moved our car back into the cul-de-sac. But there's kind of trees everywhere. You can't avoid it where I am. And there's just trees all around. So I don't think, well, I know I'm not in danger by this window. So I've been staying close to this window the whole day. But normally in New Jersey, I'm kind of used to this kind of stuff, but it's just different. I don't know. I'm a little fearful here just because I guess because I'm not really surrounded by trees that could possibly like land on my car or my house where I live. So but anyway, let's open sacred space and let's see what messages we need to hear today. There is a huge letting go energy for February. If you have not heard in my last video, I talked about that. Archangel Micah, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Like I said, there's a huge letting go, rebirth, death energy I've been experiencing in my life. I know a lot of my clients are too. And it is just not, it is fabulous, but it's not the best and easiest thing to move through. So let's pull some cards and see what kind of guidance we need as we move forward. And I know that there's in my world, there's these aha moments where we wake up one day and we can't unknow something. We know something and it's like, oh, now I have to do it because I know it. And that was one of the reasons why I flew to Texas, because I just felt like I had to. I had to just get out of New Jersey. I had to get on a flight. I had the worst fear the whole night leading up to my flight. Then on the way to the airport, I witnessed like a horrific thing that I talked about in my last reading. And I was walking through the airport. I felt like I couldn't even walk. The fear, my mind was creating such a story around what I was about to go through. My soul was feeling this calling, feeling this death and rebirth, and I was sensing it all throughout my body. So I had to move through the fear, move with it. Got on the airplane, felt so much better. When I got here, I felt calm. I was like, why do I feel so safe here? So sometimes we are pushed to make quick decisions, to spend a little money, to invest in ourselves, to move ourselves to different environments for our expansion. And these are the energies where you just know. You wake up in a relationship one day and you're like, fuck, I gotta leave this relationship, but there's nothing wrong with this person. This person has gave me the most amazing experience of my life. I remember when I had to break up with my boyfriend, he's the father of my daughter. We were together 9 years, like 9 years, and we weren't married. We had a daughter together. She ended up passing away. And 6 months later, here I am going, I know I can't unknow this. I know the contract is up, the light switch is flicked off. I see him as just somebody I love so much, but there's no longer this like, I want you, I want to do life with you type of energy. And I knew that I was being called to go somewhere else. And it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. So if you're in that situation right now, if you're waking up knowing that the job that you're in, the relationship that you're in, the environment, the house, the apartment, wherever you are, the car, we don't have a choice. We are being forced to make decisions. And I'm an example that you can do it. If I just quickly jumped on a plane and came here out of nowhere within a week of realizing that I needed to do it, you can too, okay? And I know my move, I said move, I know my trip, which could end up being a move, I was going to say it doesn't involve hurting anybody or letting anybody down, but it actually does. If I were to move states, I will be leaving behind the most valuable relationships of my life. All of the people I love, all of the people who fill my cup up. And I know there's electronics, and I know I can hop on a flight and go back and see them whenever I need to. But I would be letting go of something huge if I make a move in my life at this point. And I've always known I was not going to stay in New Jersey. I just didn't know when the time would come, or if it would be because I met my person and him and I were traveling or going somewhere else. And that still hasn't happened yet, but I just feel like I'm maybe being called to move first, and then I'll meet him. So I feel the call. I took the trip to feel this energy out here, and I love it. And I think the universe made the weather not so lovely so that I would still feel if I like it or not. Because if it was sunny, I might only like it because it's sunny. So I think the universe made this happen for me to really dive deep into, okay, Michelle, how do you feel on the worst of the worst weather that Texas has to offer, which is like an ice storm, right? And I still feel okay being here. I feel okay filming. I feel okay, like, even though I don't know a ton of people, I still feel safe. So that is the energy for this month. I have the wolf as my spirit animal for the month of February. Today is February 1st. So if you have booked a spirit animal spread from me, the 12-month spread, go check and see what animal you have. Hair's not turning out so great. Go check and see what animal you have for February, and then read the little description I sent you, because it will be so spot on. Mine is the wolf, and if you guys go read that description, it's all about the guardian of the pack, like of the family. So it'd be like me leaving my family behind. And the key word is letting go. So we're all being called to let go of something. We're letting go of an old version of ourselves. We're letting go of an environment, of a person, and we don't have a choice. The universe is like, saddle up, we are moving, we are going. You really can't stop this train from moving. Okay, so let's start off with my Work Your Light deck. And let's see what message we need to hear today. Okay, break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So you're coming out of a cave, you're coming out of a darker time, and in this cave, there was a lot of toxicity, a lot of family cycles, a lot of abuse, a lot of verbal abuse, a lot of shame, a lot of pressure. And we're coming out of that darkness now, and we're seeing the light, and we're saying, okay, we're going to create this new future for ourselves and for our family members. And in my last reading, I think it was my last reading, that I was talking about looking at children in the eyes and thinking about how we treat our children in this country and seeing them differently. And like pouring, I wanted to say pure and puring, pouring your love into your children, because they are our future. And that's something that I am so passionate about. I will be enraged. There's not a lot that triggers me. Really, there's not a lot. I can find compassion for somebody, yeah, not a lot triggers me, but when people are vicious to children, or they're not listening to them, or they're shooing them away because they're on their phone, I just want to rage, because then they wonder why that adult who's on their phone is wondering why the person in the store is acting like an idiot, or, and it's because they were once a child where nobody paid attention to them. So we have to break the chain. We have to break this cycle. Okay, let's get another one. Okay, we have 3 here, and these cards are looking a little funky, looking a little dirty. Might have to get a new deck. Okay, we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? We're all hearing that call. And this is certain places where your soul is going to feel its best. So for me, it's Texas for right now. I might also go visit Florida. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So when you're going on this exploration, exploring a new relationship, a new job, you're in the unknown. I had a friend call me this morning because her new boss was telling her what her new job title would be and what her responsibilities would be, and they were everything she wanted, but internally she was like crying, and she was like unsure. She's like, why aren't I happy? And I told her it's like the fear of the unknown. She's never done these things that he's talking about. She doesn't know if she's going to be happy leaving what's familiar. So she's being called to step into a new role at work that's unfamiliar, and she's grieving the loss of who she thought she wanted to be and where she thought she wanted to be. So your ancestors are saying they're guiding you. They're taking you to where you're meant to go. I keep hitting this leaf. Okay. And then we have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So if you see that is a storm, right? And it's funny because there's an ice storm right now. This kind of means like, wait, don't go anywhere just yet. Sit tight. We are moving things for you. Your ancestors have your back. All right, we're going to do the Angel Wisdom Tarot now. I just heard another tree crash. That one sounded far away. Otherwise, I would have quickly got up. I hear it crash and I quickly move. I'm like, don't be in my window. The Hermit. This is another wait and pause kind of energy. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. So somebody's being called to share their special gifts. You all have these special gifts inside of you. And I know for me, it took me a while to get into this mode of doing this work. Like I had glimmers of it that I wanted to do it, and then I slowly built it. But you have these special gifts inside of you. And if you know this about yourself, but you don't know what they are, book a session with me and we can unpack that. We can figure out what you really would love to do. And sometimes I believe, if you've ever read the book, The Surrender Experiment, it's a great example about how life works, how the flow works, how calling in a desire and remembering who we are and who we came here to be, life will remind you. But your ego will try to drive that car and try to create its own outcome, saying, well, I want to start a business and I want to do this and I want to do that. But that might not be your true, most authentic self. That might be your ego wanting to fill a certain childhood void. So when we unpack our fears and our limiting beliefs and we see, okay, who am I? Like, I want to remember what my soul came here to do. And when we hermit and when we meditate, we can listen more clearly. We can find out what feels good to me. And for me, I always try to my ego always tries to escape doing readings and cards. It's so funny. Another one just fell. I always try to go off and do something different, like thinking I should be a speaker, or I think that's all ego. And I always come back to the cards going, this is what brings me joy. These are my special gifts, my ability to channel, my ability to deliver messages in the way that you guys might need to hear it and the way that I need to hear it. Because everything I say here, they're lessons for me too. A lot of my readings are predictions for me 2 days later. So we're all in this together. But when we meditate, we can hear what we really love to do. And sometimes getting out of our own way and not allowing the mind to drive the car saying, we have to do this and we know what our life is going to be like. You cannot have that kind of mindset. You have to say, life, universe, please bring me my next steps. Bring me what will make me happiest. And then when you're in those environments, exploring it, you tune in to how do you feel? And I was just talking to a wonderful friend here in Texas, and we were talking about intuition versus fear and how it is such a fine line in your body because the feeling is very similar. The fear of, I really want to do this thing, but I'm scared to do it, or the fear of, my intuition is telling me, don't go. So how do we discern between the two of those? And it takes a lot of practice. And I've gotten really good at it. And I love coaching my clients through that. And a lot of my mentors or my mentees, that's what we unpack in our sessions. Is I help them discover what's being said in their head and what's being felt in their body, and then we maneuver through that. Okay, let's do Micah Magic. So we're being called to meditate, to listen to where we're being called to go, to who we're being called to go with. And it says, break the chain wherever you're going, stop the cycle, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Okay, a little shuffle, and then we'll spread these out like I always do because it's such a freaking awesome big deck that I created, which I love. That was a big one. Yikes. It's like every 10 minutes, you guys. You are here for a bigger purpose. This was the first card I got in my morning Instagram reading that I did today. You are loved. Infinite abundance in all forms, 888. So this bigger purpose is going to bring you more money. So you might be sitting around going, well, wait, Michelle, like I don't know how my spiritual gifts are going to earn enough for me to pay my bills. It's not your job to figure it out. The universe will show you the way. You just do what lights you up. I started doing readings, the clients just kept coming. And then I felt guided to up my prices after like a year, maybe 9 months. And then I did it again after a couple more months. So you get prompted along the way. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start somewhere, take a baby step, and you'll see that the universe will start to bring you clients. Co-create your days. So this is what you do now. Now you know you want to call in abundance. You know what your special gifts are because you've booked a session with me and we've talked about it, or you've already uncovered it. Now you look for the breadcrumbs on where the universe is telling you to go and what action to take. And you're waking up each day going, okay, universe, use me today. Where will you have me go? What will you have me do? Who will you have me see? And what will you have me say? And you open yourself up to be moved, and you're co-creating with your guides and your angels. Your ego is not taking the wheel saying, we're going to do this today and we're going to do that and we're going to get all the things on our to-do list done. You have to open up and surrender and say, I don't need to know what today's going to look like, but I'm open to what's for my highest good and the highest good of others. And you'll start to see people jumping in your phone, asking you for sessions, asking you for to go to a lunch or something. And that's the universe using people to bring you your next steps. Financial freedom. I've been manifesting instantly lately. Every thought that I've been having has been coming true, even like little daydreams since I've been in Texas. So I said to my friend, I'm like, I need to be manifesting $1 million while I'm like manifesting instantly right now. Okay, wow, I just got 3 cards at once. And when I said $1 million, I thought about my dad, because we always used to joke that he had like a vault. We're like, Dad, open up the vault. So it says a past loved one is here. So you have a past loved one that is here right now telling you that they will provide the funds. Financial freedom doesn't always look like millions. Financial freedom can look like always having just what you need and being in that like knowing of, I know if I need $2,000, the universe will bring it. I know that if I need a gift card for something, the universe will bring it. I know that I need a car, the universe will bring it. It doesn't always come in actual money. And then it will come at the end of the month. That's funny. 10-10, a cycle is completing. Okay, 2 more. Set energetic boundaries, share the love. I feel like they want me to say something about the boundaries. Okay, they just reminded me of a client that texted me asking me about how to cut cords. So if you, and she works in an animal hospital. So obviously with animals coming in there, they're coming in from all these different homes. Yikes, that was a big one. They're coming in from all of these different homes and you don't know what kind of energy are in those homes. She's working on the animals and now she's picking up all those energies and going home, showering, doing her own cleansing routine, but she still feels a heaviness around her. So she's being called to learn better energetic hygiene. So I was teaching her on what to do when you get home from work, or what to do before you walk into your home, maybe setting a protective white bubble around your home so that no other energies can enter. And with lower vibrations, you guys, it's commanding your space, saying, all lower vibrations, you are not welcome here. Only the highest and whitest light is welcome. Please leave lower vibrations. Thank you very much. Archangel Michael, please put your white bubble around my home, around my car, around my body, around my bed. Please protect my family and their homes. And you command your space. There are other beings that live, that are existing with us, and we have to command our space. So sharing the love is, we have energetic boundaries, and then share the love. Share the love is knowing that your gifts are meant to be shared. I'm hearing that when we learn our energetic boundaries, maybe that job for my client, maybe the animal hospitals, that's like maybe her guide saying like, hey, this is too much for you. We need you somewhere else sharing your gifts. Oh, whew, was my heater. I'm still not used to this place. So maybe that job is not meant for her, and it's making her feel very uncomfortable because she might need to shift out of it. We don't know. So pay attention to your energy. If you are feeling this heaviness every day at your job, it might be time to think about like shifting and moving and going somewhere else, doing something else. And that's where you can start with co-creating and calling in your guides and angels, the universe, to show you where you're best needed. A lot of times it is on social media, it is on the internet, it is creating your own income. Like, that's one of the coolest things I've learned about being a spiritual entrepreneur is my first few readings, I was like, I'm getting paid to be me. I'm getting paid to be me. I don't have to do any research. I don't have to do any preparation. I can just show up and be my bright and loving self, and people will pay for that. And it's also because I did the work to figure out my energetic boundaries. I did the work to figure out how to channel and how to basically get out of my own way and allow my guides and angels to use me for you. And it was a long journey. But my first few years doing readings, it was so invigorating to be like, I am getting paid to be myself. Like, how cool is this? And now that I've been raising my prices and getting more clients, and like everything is just booming, that's what feels so good, is because you're on your mission doing what you love, and people are needing it. They're like salivating for you. And that's why I want to empower all of you to get on your mission and to not let things get in the way, like fear. And that's why I promote the fear course so much. And I'm currently getting certified to become a fear coach. I'm taking that 12-week program for coaches and creators and teachers and counselors. And we actually just started. There's a bunch of us in this group chat on Telegram. I'm going to be sharing a lot of what we're doing on Instagram, so follow along. And if you feel called to join us, I'm sure Ben's going to run another group. But he is teaching us how to become better guides, better mentors, better coaches by helping us through our own fear first. And then we're going to have the tools on how to help all of you. And I'm going to take everything I learned in this program and I'm going to share it here to help as many people as I can get on their mission. Because that is my mission, is to get you on your mission. Because I'm a way shower, I'm a guide. I go through things a little bit, not earlier, but sometimes on a different road than you might be on. And I'm just showing you the way that I took, and it might help, it might not. And you might be on a different path, which is perfect. And it might not be similar, or it may be very similar, but we're going to use each other, because all of my clients end up teaching me too. Whatever I experience, they're going through too. So it's like we help each other, which is the most beautiful part. Because I loved knowing when my mentor used to talk to me and she'd be like, Michelle, I'm in this with you. Okay, let's do an animal card. It will come at the end of the month. Let's ask the cards, what is going to come at the end of the month? Time for a beginner mind. So you're being called to start fresh. It's a rebirth. 48 adds up to 12, and it's the porcupine. So you are going to be traversing this new or trailblazing this new path that nobody's ever done before. And you're doing it brand new and people are paying you for it. And you're like, wow, I've never done this before. And I feel like a novice, but at the same time, I feel like I know what I'm doing. And I was talking to one of the girls that I mentor, and she's about to start her Reiki and intuitive readings and her fitness career. And she is completely nervous about doing readings, and what if she doesn't get the messages, and what if she can't deliver, what should she charge? And I told her it takes practice. You just start doing a few. And before she even started her business, she had 4 bookings. People just came out of nowhere and was like, hey, could you give me Reiki? Hey, could you give me a reading? So it's pretty wild to see how she energetically decided to leave her nursing job, and then the clients came. So she didn't cut the cord yet. She just energetically in her body, she's like, I'm leaving this job. And then the universe brought the clients. And that's kind of how I was talking about, once we learn the surrender experiment, how life brings it to us. We don't have to go and chase it. She didn't have to do any marketing. The clients just showed up. So if you're looking to start something new and you're already in something that's heavy and weighing you down, commit in your journal, say, I am leaving this job. Universe, show me my next path. And then in the next 12 days, pay attention to who's coming to you and asking you for your services, because it's usually what you're really good at and what your mission should be. Make sure there's no messages. Okay. Okay. The star card. Yes. You are a star and you are shining so bright. We got the star, the strength card, and the 2 of emotions, which is 2 of cups. So this is the love card. 2 people passionately in love. They're sharing their cup of love with each other. They're offering, it's equal give and take. And then they were both very, very strong. And the star is the feminine energy. The strength could actually be the masculine energy. So it's like the masculine sees his feminine as a star. And she is just the sunshine in his life, lighting the way, lighting up the galaxy. And the 2 of cups is that even exchange. It's, I'm offering you a cup of love and you're receiving a cup of love, and it's the most beautiful pairing ever. Look at that. That is freaking a powerful combination of cards to come out. The strength, the star, and the 2 of emotions. I just heard the strength. In order for those 2 people to be together, it's going to take a lot of strength. Think about me. If I were to move to another state and then meet my person, that would like entail a lot of strength on my end to up and leave my entire life to go somewhere else, not knowing why I'm going, but following the call. And the star is saying, when people do that, you are then a guide. You're a way shower. You're teaching other people how to do it. So when you leave your job, when you leave your relationship, when you leave behind the letting go energy of February, people will follow. People will follow your star. You're lighting up the sky and showing them the way. And sometimes that is our mission. Our mission is obviously the work we're doing, but sometimes it's how we get there and how we start doing it. And that's our gift, is then people see us maneuvering and they're like, wow, I trust them. I believe in them. I'm going to kind of do that too, because I saw them doing it and it worked for them. A spiritual teacher. The cobra is always about a spiritual teacher, a guide, or a way shower. And then we have the bear. You are free to shine your light. It's time to come out of hibernation, come out of your cave, just like we have with the cave card of breaking ancestral patterns. Maybe you think you're in a relationship where you think you have to stay because that's what society says. Come out of that cave. You are a bright light and we need your light. Don't stay in a relationship that's bogging you down. Don't stay in a job that's dimming your light. We need you to be a star. You have the strength to do it. Okay, did we do all of the decks? Work your light, animal. We didn't do angel wisdom, right? Oh no, we did, but we're doing it again. That's too many. All right, we'll end it here. I'm gonna go check on my car again. I'm so sad. I want to stay longer so I can experience Austin in warmer weather. Should we manifest my flight somehow getting moved to next week? Okay, it says 3 of Pentacles. Do what you love. Recognition for the higher quality of work, especially creative endeavors. Being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. So you are being seen for your efforts. You have this, I get so passionate about talking about this. You have a gift inside of you. That's the one thing that when my daughter passed away, first lesson I learned was, oh, that's my gift. My gift is helping people through grief, connecting with the other side, tapping into spirit. And that is my passion now. And I've committed to following my heart. And my daughter literally sends me hearts wherever I go. And that is the theme of my mission. Follow your heart, follow your mission, follow your gifts. And sometimes we don't know what they are because we are so calloused over from the cycle of our childhood and the abuse and the trauma. Once we heal, we unpack it all and we remember who we are and what we came here to do. And you are so talented. You have so many gifts inside of you that are dying to come out, but your fear is also what is callousing over those gifts. There's a limiting belief inside of you saying, I can't do this because I don't have the money, or I can't do this because I don't have the right environment. And we have to stop that cycle and that chain of fear and come out of the cave and face it and embrace it and thank it and be like, okay, take me where you want me, fear. I'm going to follow you. And when it's really, really scary, that's when you know you're going in the right direction. Follow that scary feeling. And it will be so rewarding. There's so much magic on the other side of that scary feeling. I can't even tell you how many times I've experienced it in my life. I remember going to Lake Tahoe after my daughter passed, and I went on a single trip alone. I kayaked, I hiked, completely new environment, all by myself, had so much fear. I remember driving to my hotel in the rental car shaking by myself. There was nothing wrong. I just was shaking because I knew, my soul knew that I was about to have a breakthrough. I was about to become somebody new. It was a death and a rebirth. And that was one of the best trips of my life. And even now, even this trip that I just took now, same energy. I was terrified the night before, but that's when I know I have to do it. When you know you have to do it, you have to do it. You can't unknow it. So what is it that you know that you have to do? Let's get you doing it. If you need help, book a session with me and I will guide you. Sometimes all it takes is one call and we unlock something inside of you, and all of a sudden you wake up the next day doing the thing that you've been putting off. Okay, because procrastination is another sign that your fear is getting the best of you. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, subscribe to my channel so you can match this energy and you can know, obviously, when I post new content. I try to do weekly energy readings. If you're new to my channel, I do weekly energy readings, midweek readings, and then every once in a while I'll pop in and I'll do page pulls from my favorite books. I'll do manifesting videos. You can also book a manifesting session with me. I love coaching people on how to manifest more money. And I just want to help get you on your mission, feeling as good as I feel, doing what I love. All right, lovies, I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.